Hey guys, how's it going? Hector here with the Film Pundits. I'm giving you our first ever Blu-ray review, and it's for The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Every day, I wake up knowing that the more people I try to save, the more enemies I will make. And it's just a matter of time before I face those with more power than I can overcome.
This is the Target edition that I picked up, but this is a 3D Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy version. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up, and we're going to talk about all of the individual components and special features because I want you to have as much information as possible so you make a good buying decision if you decide to buy the movie, if you like the movie like I did, however you feel about the movie. This is about the Blu-ray. Let's talk about it, all right? So I've got that nice little slip cover, taking that off. Here it is right here. Nice, okay. There's 4 discs in here. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 3D. That's a Blu-ray. That's nice. Then we've got behind it, we have the regular Amazing Spider-Man 2 disc. Here we go. And then on the right side, we have a bonus disc. Now, this only came with the Target edition. This bonus disc is called Something Sinister This Way Comes. It's got about a 20-minute special feature on there. I'll talk about that in a second. And then behind that, we have The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on DVD for when you take it to your parents' house and they don't have a Blu-ray player. So that's what that's for. Cool. Let's break it down disc by disc. Let's talk about that bonus disc first. All right? I went out of my way to get the Target edition for that very reason. The different editions, I don't know, if you get it on Amazon, you get basically the other 3 discs, except it comes in a giant head of Jamie Foxx, which is weird, as Electro, whatever, that's fine. I think the Target edition came with, no, that's the Target edition. The Best Buy edition comes with like a comic book, and the Walmart edition comes with, I believe, a pencil case. So, you know, whatever you want to get. But I got the Target one. So that bonus disc, Something Sinister This Way Comes. It's actually a really cool little in-depth history, the first half of it, of the Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man, which I think is the second best in all of comic books, second only to Batman. We're talking guys like the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Venom, the Vulture, Kraven the Hunter, Electro, the Sandman, all these great, great villains. And they talk about little history points here and there. Then the second half of the little special feature was about the future of the Spider-Man movie franchise and how they basically describe they don't know which of these characters are going to be in the Sinister Six movie, which they are not shying away from saying there's going to be a Sinister Six movie. So just real quick, guys, sort of a general note. If you felt while watching this movie like the makers of the movie didn't exactly know what they were doing with Spider-Man, none of this Blu-ray is going to make you feel any better, I promise you. Every single special feature, every single bonus disc thing, everything, there are multiple instances where the filmmakers are like, you know, we didn't really know what we were doing here, so we just went ahead and did this. And you're like, okay, great, this is fantastic. But still, the movie has really cool little beautiful moments. And yeah, so let's talk about the next disc here. We don't have to talk about the disc behind there because it's just the DVD. And the 3D disc, the 3D Blu-ray, I thought that the 3D was beautiful this time around. I thought it was awesome. The whole movie was actually converted into 3D as opposed to the first Amazing Spider-Man that came out in 2012. That was shot in 3D. Even though it was shot in 3D, go back and watch it because they had their camera settings adjusted to a point where a lot of it felt really, really shallow. It didn't really take advantage of the format unless Spidey himself was swinging through the air. But the 3D this go-around I think is awesome. The whole thing was converted, but it was a beautifully done job. They pushed it. They really did a bunch of stuff that they couldn't do with a camera because when you shoot in 3D, you get these big bulky stuff. Just for example, the opening sequence where the Parkers are in the plane, the jet plane. They could not have shot that, they said, in 3D because of where they were putting the camera and how the enclosed spaces worked and stuff. And I thought that whole sequence was awesome. I really, really dug it. I thought it was great. Cool. So let's talk about the disc behind it. This is the main show, the big show here, the Blu-ray. It's got all the special features on there. So first it says it's got because it's just got a 2D version, a mastered in 4K version, which is maximum picture expanded color. I don't know exactly what that means, but it did look gorgeous. It was really nice. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between a 4K thing and just like regular Blu-ray, whatever. I'm an idiot. It's fine. The main drawing point, the main thing that they've been talking about in like the commercials for the movie, the selling point, is it's got a bunch of deleted scenes, a bunch of deleted and alternate scenes. Oh, okay, great. And the main one is called Peter Meets His Father. And it even says right there on the back, 9 additional deleted scenes with commentary from the director, including Peter Meets His Father. Now this scene, this is an interesting scene. It's when you watch it, it's basically at the end of the film after Gwen Stacy has died and Peter's at the graveyard, which is a really cool moment. I love that little montage in the movie. I really liked it, going through the seasons and mourning. In this graveyard while it's snowing, Peter Parker meets his father, Richard Parker. Richard Parker just shows up, played by the same actor, Campbell Scott. And it's a beautifully acted scene. It's really emotional. It's really great. What I just said, if you can picture everything that Peter Parker would say to his father, like, where were you? He screams at him and then finally hugs him and embraces him. It's beautifully done. It's great. But the scene makes no freaking sense at all whatsoever in the context of the rest of the movie. And they screened it for audiences, and audiences rejected it. They're like, no, you can't give us this huge emotional moment where Peter loses Gwen Stacy and then give us another one just a couple of minutes later where he gets his father back. Like, that's BS. So audiences rejected it, so they took it out. But you can see it, whatever, it's fine. The rest of the deleted scenes, there's some stuff with Max Dillon, Electro's like mom, which was really, really bad, a little comedic moment. It was just like badly acted and whatever. The funny thing about that is that Jamie Foxx is in character as Max Dillon. He says something to his mom and starts singing himself happy birthday, and she's complaining, oh, your voice is so annoying. And then he goes into one of his little spastic like fantasy sequences where he's like, no, it's not, my voice is great, yelling at his mother. And then he says, I should be singing hooks for famous rappers, which is a joke about the real life Jamie Foxx, and that he did that and that you could blame it on the alcohol. And I thought that was funny, but I was like, no, this would have taken me right out of the movie, which, it did when I'm watching the thing. The other thing to note about the deleted scenes, all of them, is that there are no scenes that involve Mary Jane Watson, played by Shailene Woodley. And she was cast in the movie, and they shot those scenes, and we all knew about it. And so I feel like the thing to take away from that is they're probably going to recast Mary Jane Watson. I don't know if it's because they weren't satisfied with whatever performance she had, or if they just want to go in a different direction. I personally think she's a fantastic actress, but I do think that she does look a lot younger than Andrew Garfield, who's like 30. And even in this movie, he's supposed to be playing an 18, 19-year-old. Like, maybe in the next film, is what I would do, advance the story a couple of years. Say it's 5 years later, Peter's allowed to be 24 or something, and then cast an actress who maybe looks a little bit more Andrew Garfield's age to play Mary Jane, but then say that they're both, 24, 25, whatever. I don't know. It's just a thought. You don't have to do what I am saying. There's also a lot of making of stuff. There's a whole thing. It's called The Wages of Heroism. Making The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's just a weird... Did they run out of names for these special features? Did they run out of them with all the other 4 Spider-Man movies? But anyway, there's actually a lot of cool, interesting stuff. I think that this film, this Spider-Man movie, is the most gorgeous-looking Spider-Man movie up to this point. And you can see a lot of that artistry on display in the special features. I think the CG is amazing. I think that the special effects for characters like Electro and the Rhino and all that stuff look great. Even the makeup on the Green Goblin, on Harry Osborn. And I hated what they did with the Goblin, but the makeup is cool. Like, all that stuff is cool to watch. I also liked the score. I liked the music. I liked the collaboration between Hans Zimmer and Pharrell and all these other talented musicians. I thought that it worked. I thought that it was cool, and they go into that. There's a couple different special features about that. So that's awesome. You can check that out. There's also a music video from Alicia Keys. It's on again. I like the song. I like the music video because Alicia Keys is gorgeous and she's very talented, and Hans Zimmer's in it, and Pharrell, and they're all dancing in the street. So what's not to love about that? That's cool. All right, so that's, so now this brings me to the commentary. The commentary on the movie, the commentary track, it's got not the director, Mark Webb, but it's got a couple of producers. It's got Avi Arad. It's got Alex Kurtzman, who's an executive producer, and he wrote the film, one of the co-writers. And again, the main thing to take away from this commentary, first of all, right off the bat, they're incorrect with their facts, because as the Marvel logo is flipping through at the beginning of the movie, they're talking about the history of that little Marvel logo, and they're like, what was the first movie this was used for? It was used for X-Men in 2000. That's already wrong. It was used for Spider-Man 1 in 2002. Y'all should know that. You're working on a Spider-Man movie. Like, so automatically I'm like, I'm not going to enjoy this. The rest of the commentary, they're talking about the movie, a lot of points where they describe the process and how they didn't know exactly how it was going to go one way or the other. But one thing that I loved is that a lot of different moments throughout the movie that I loved, it turns out that they were from ideas from the actors themselves. For example, Sally Field, her take on her character Aunt May was that Peter was her boy. And that led to the writing and the creation of the scene that she has, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where she basically tells Peter, you're my boy, you're my boy. Great scene, beautiful scene. It's flanked by 2 horrible scenes with Electro, and they're dumb and stupid, but it's a gorgeous little scene right in the middle of the movie. It's great. Other things was that it was Emma Stone's idea to have her character break up with Peter at the beginning of the movie. It was her idea to say, I break up with you. No, I break up with you. Because in her mind, Peter's been doing this yo-yoing thing to her emotionally for up to, between the first movie and the second movie. When he says, I can't be with you because of the guilt of your father, the promise I made, but I want to be with you because I love you and we should be together. And she was like, you know what? I break up with you. So that was a great idea. And then Andrew Garfield was the one that had the idea to have the scene with the little kid in the science project, and Spidey goes down to help him, and then that paid off at the end, and that was important for Andrew, and so all of that stuff I dig. I love that. So I really enjoyed that part of the commentary. I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up, man. This is definitely a flawed movie. It's a gorgeous Blu-ray, and if you're going to be picking up the set, be sure to figure out which one's important to you. I love the 3D of it. I got a 3D television. It's gorgeous. I went to Target to get this specific version. I wanted to watch this bonus disc, and I got what I wanted. Lastly, to tie in with the whole theme of, man, this really feels like a studio movie with a lot of studio decisions trying to sell merchandise and marketing and all that other stuff, as opposed to like a creative movie with creative decisions and a division and all that other stuff. To really drive home that point, when I bought this thing, it came with a coupon book inside, and I'm going to specifically tell you which coupons, because I definitely tried to use them, even though I was super bummed out that there was a coupon book inside my Spider-Man movie. Let's see. Some of the coupons included, you get a buy one, get one free for a Baskin-Robbins ice cream cone. Have not used that yet. Ladies, if you want to go on a date, probably will use that. What else? I had a coupon for a Shutterfly photo book. Haven't used that because it's for a Shutterfly photo book. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that. Other coupon included Klondike gourmet potatoes. I've never heard of that. I went to the grocery store. They didn't have it. So thanks so much, Sony, for putting regional coupons in my Spider-Man Blu-ray that I purchased in Los Angeles. I can't even find these items. What else couldn't I find? Benito's puff chips. I couldn't find them. I tried to, couldn't get it. You know what I did find was White Castle microwavable cheeseburgers. They're as disgusting and awesome as that sounds. That's exactly what I bought, and I ate some, and that's what happened. So that's going to wrap it up for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Blu-ray review. If you like the movie as much as I did, enough to want to own it and to at least rewatch the scenes that you loved, definitely pick up the Blu-ray. It's gorgeous. Most of the versions are great. Like I said, I got the one from Target because it came with a bonus disc. But whatever suits you, just go ahead and pick that up. That's Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm going to come at you guys next week with another Blu-ray review for Captain America the Winter Soldier. A much better movie, and it's awesome. We'll see how the Blu-ray stacks up, though. But that's it. So for Film Pundits, I'm Hector. You can find me on Twitter at HectorIsFunny. I still regret that to this day. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and let me know in the comments or whatever feedback if you like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, if you like the Blu-ray, if you agree, disagree, if you think this thing was helpful. I didn't want to spoil everything for you. I wanted you to discover stuff on the Blu-ray yourself if you go and pick it up, but I also want you to be warned about what it is that you're buying. You guys are great. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.